I haven't been here. I've been missing for a while. And I'll tell you guys why. I think like maybe I probably made a video three 3 weeks to a month ago, I think. Um, Winter has come in Georgia. So yeah, if you live in GA, stay bundled up, cause not bundled up, but stay warm. Like right now, I have on a sweater and a jacket, and I'm gonna put my hood on. So yeah, we finna go up in this Walmart. I'm taking you guys with me. So the reason that I've been missing is because I've had a huge scare, and I haven't had a huge scare in like 4 to 5 years, but this time I did. So I went into a pain crisis. It actually started 3 weeks ago, and I didn't get help till recently. So I okay, so this is what happened. I am in school. I have a husband and I have a kid, and he's in school and everything like that. So um, I pushed myself. I was pushing myself because I knew school was gonna start. I knew my husband um, workload was gonna increase and everything. So I just kept my life moving basically, and I started feeling sick, and that was normal. I was like, okay, and I was like, it's time for me to get a blood exchange anyway. And I called my doctors to set an appointment for me to get my electrophoresis. That didn't happen. It took them 2 weeks to get back to me. And my doctor says once you start feeling bad, you need to come in automatically. You don't need to wait. That way you could get your crises out of the way. I was like, okay. That's what he tells us, especially his really, really severe patients. I'm one of them. And he's like, as soon as you start feeling pain and you can't control it with your pain medicine at home, you need to come in. Don't try to sit at home and fight it. Come in right away so that way we can nip it in the bud. Basically, I didn't do that. Even though I was in pain, I was like, still, I could go get my electrophoresis, and I'll be okay, is what I was thinking. So, like I said, it took them 2 weeks. And over those 2 weeks, I got sicker and sicker, and I ended up missing a day of school. But the the beginning of the week on the Monday that I had went to school, I wasn't feeling good, and everybody could tell, like my teacher and everything. And I didn't want to go home. It's only 4 hours. You can't sit through a 4 hour class, like 4 hour have class for 4 hours. So I stayed there and everything. And around this time, I had been to meetings at my son's school, um, book fair with his school. I was doing stuff for me, my husband, everything like that. So, when Wednesday rolled around, because I have classes on Monday and Wednesdays, when Wednesday rolled around, I didn't go to class and I felt bad. But I called my teacher and I let her know, I'm feeling bad. I'm not gonna come in today. She was fine with it. She's like, okay. So then I noticed it starts to progress to a point to where like I'm throwing up and I can't really do anything. 2 days straight I was on my couch sleeping mainly. And my son was home. He's not a dumb kid. So So I started throwing up and everything like that. And me and my husband, he was like, "You need to go to the hospital." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, I said, "Well, I need you to take me like to, tonight." And he was telling me how busy his work schedule was. And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Your work schedule is busy. When you get off work, come and get me." 2 days went by. I was, like I said, on the couch. 2 days went by. The day my husband took me, he came home late. I'm like, "Yo, you supposed to be in here, And now I'm to a point to where my legs are hurting and I can't really walk, and that's crazy because I haven't had really bad leg pain that hindered me from walking. I haven't had that in years. So this was different for me. So I get to the hospital, and of course, I go to the emergency room because these people, white people, and their privilege, man. Oh, I love white people. It ain't everybody, but it's just some people. Anyway, back to what I was saying. They ended up keeping me. And the first day, it was like I kept getting worse and worse. So this is what it was. What made me go to the hospital. I noticed that there was blood in my urine and in my poop, and so that concerned me and how dark it was, and it concerned my husband. That's why he was like, "We finally gotta go." Um, and I really don't remember a lot. I remember some things, but each day that I was there, my first day it was bad, but my next 2 days were worse, to a point to where I could not talk. Like, I could talk, but I would trail off, and I would forget what I was gonna say, and I I, I couldn't really talk. I couldn't really talk, and I still can't, as you can see. I couldn't really talk, and I couldn't really do anything, and I was forgetting. And I experienced the episode like this before. It was after I had my son. I was in the hospital for 4 months, and within the back down. So they didn't know what was going down. They didn't know what was going on, and they said I was gonna die. And around that time, I was just like really, really messed up. My liver, my kidneys were messed up. My liver was messed up. Was forgetting. I thought I was gonna forget my husband, and my it was crazy. So I experienced an episode like this before, and they told me I was gonna die. So you know, I was concerned, but I wasn't concerned until they was like, "Okay, well, she's going through all this. We need to give her an MRI." And my husband, he was like, "No." He was like, because I had to have consent for them to put me in there. And you're in there for about 30 minutes. He was like, "These people putting my wife in a microwave," basically, on his Facebook status. But, they were trying to do that, and something could have went wrong, I think they said. So I didn't get the MRI done. So they was like, finally they was like, my my ammonia level is basically, my belly bilirubin was too high, and my hemoglobin was low. And they said seven something. They was like 7.4, and I was like, that's normally not a low to me. Like, I could survive at 7.4. So I didn't know. But that it was mainly the belly bilirubin that was inside of me that needed to come out. So I was stopped up, and I didn't poop. Narcotics does that to you. I was stopped up. They gave me an enema because they wanted to try to get the belly bilirubin out my system, so I won't be sick or get sicker. My mom looked the information up. She was even concerned she was gonna come down here. She looked it up, and they said, you could go into a coma and stuff like that. And so she's like, "You scared me." Luckily, for 2 days, this only happened for 2 days. After I got my blood and they gave me that enema, I was able to talk again. Now, the only bad thing about it was, I got better, but this happened then. Now, hold on, let me. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a struggle being a sickler. Let's say rotate device. Let's see if we can turn this around. Yep. I just wanna look at how thick my thighs are. They're swollen. So I'm wearing compression socks right now. And for the past 2 days since I've been home, I was wearing flip flops all around the house because my ankles were so swollen. Like, I'm gonna put a picture up because I see that you can take pictures on Facebook. My whole leg, like at the top, I'm a skinny girl. At the bottom, I'm just thick, but it's really swellingness. Like, my ankles are this big where they were. Now, now because of this, I'm walking on a walker and a cane. I was gonna need, well, I've been having my cane, but a walker. Now I have. Today I didn't bring it, but I have to have hip surgery, and I know that I'm gonna need that. It hurts to walk, so you know, and I'm limping and stuff. But so I got my like, it literally hurts to put pressure down on. So yeah, I almost died. That was an adventure again, you know. Like, I'm very lucky cuz I'm telling you, but that's what I've been wondering lately. I'm like, am I going to croak soon? Like, and I didn't know how serious this was until, like, I went to the hospital, and this is how serious it was. My nurses cry. They cry. They're like my family. One cried to me, and um, one of my nurses, because they've known me for like 7 years. They're like my family. Um, I was really really sick, and everybody could tell. And they was like, "Charlize, we never seen you look like this," and they was really really concerned and everything like that. So, it was a serious thing I was going through. And I'm still going through it, but I'm not as bad as I was. Like, I was just like, wow, man. And this showed me how so many people care about me. They were really concerned. And my husband, he couldn't even take, because when he had to leave, uh, uh, thick thighs catch snack supplies. But when Terry left one day, I think it was the third day I was in there, he seemed like he was gonna break down. And I'm like, yo, like, he gotta be strong for both of us, for so at least be strong for Ty. But when we get this, we don't know. I'm starting to have chest pains again, and I really wasn't taking care of myself. I'm trying to get on track because I don't want this to happen again. It's things I'm trying to do, and it's things that I'm trying to achieve. So, me having episodes that can't get in my way right now. So, I'm finna go up in this Walmart. I'm gonna post the pic for y'all. I'm finna go in this Walmart because my mother-in-law is coming in town for Thanksgiving, and she told me I better sit my butt down and I bet not be doing nothing. She cooking, but I'm not gonna let her keep cooking because every year every time my mother-in-law comes down, she cooks all the food, and I don't think that's fair. And I told her I wanted to help her this time too. So she was like, "No, I have everything cooked." So little did she know, I'm finna go in this Walmart and I'm gonna make a um no bake cheesecake, and you guys can watch me make that tonight. Um And I'm doing something different. I ain't no chef, I ain't no cook. I'm not, my husband, that's his thing. I don't cook, but I mean, I cook, but not like, I don't do stuff like this. I do quick and easy stuff. Something you could throw in the oven. I might stand over the stove and cook. Might. That's a lot of standing though. So that's why I don't do it. If you live in Georgia, yo, get you some long johns. That'll keep you warm too. Because like I said, it's not freezing, but it is cold. Or it could just be me and my every illness in the book. Did she know she can't go through here? That was a no that was a no basically. And I'm gonna use one of them Buckies. I don't care what nobody got to say. People always judging me, and that's another thing why I used to neglect myself, because I got too much to live for right now. I used to neglect myself just because of what people said, talking about one day somebody said she knows she don't need to be in that scooter, and I'm like, yo, people are just so hella rude. But I'm better than them. They want to act better than me and talk about me. No, I'm better than them, because this is the thing. I'm a warrior and I go through a lot. 27, I had heart surgery and hip surgery. The list goes on. So when people say that, they don't know my truth, and they would never be able to live it. It would drive them crazy. It really would. And I said, I'm not going to neglect myself, because I did that before, so people wouldn't talk about me. I wouldn't walk with my cane, or I wouldn't use a scooter in the store. But no, that's not cool. I can't do that to myself. I know I'm sick. They don't gotta believe me. But people kill me with that. I was like, no, I'm gonna do what I need to do. If I need one of those things, I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna neglect myself. I feel dizzy. All right, y'all. Peace out. I got to go.